Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Brian Winnikins from Commodity Classic, and thank you to our Commodity Classic sponsors, including Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Annabis Silo, Alcivia Co-op, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Bauer Seeds and Service, Compeer Financial, Osteoplastics, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Synergy Co-op, and the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. I'm with Randy Woodruff, one of the Wisconsin corn growers that's here. He's also the past chair of the Wisconsin Corn Promotions Board. Talk about some of the things that been going on for him with Commodity Classic and some of the things that he's also been doing to help Wisconsin corn farmers. And Randy, you were like Sean. You had a chance to go to Guatemala, and Sean told me a little bit about some of the things you were talking about trade-wise. But what was that trip like?
Oh, actually, it was an amazing trip. I'm involved in for Grains Council. I'm on an advisory team for the Middle East Action Team, which is the continent of Africa, all those countries, and the things you learn of what's going on. I mean, one of the big ones this year is India. We have a new office there in India, and the changes that are going on. This country that is such a population explosion, they're taking off. They're surpassing China already. I mean, even their economy is taking off so fast. We talked to one of the representatives there, and he said they have Amazon there. A lot of their packages come that same day. They're so much more efficient. They'll be surpassing the U.S. someday here coming up. But to be able to get our feet in the door, we're trying to make that connection with either training or schooling to get so they start buying the U.S. products. It's always competitive with Brazil and Argentina taking off, and they're taking the market. But if we can show them the values of the U.S. corn, and that's some of the other things. Yes, U.S. corn, it's always notable. They say it's broken up and such. Well, it's a softer corn. It's more digestible, and the starch content's higher. We're trying to do some studies to show them the results of how it's more valuable to them for how they're using it, especially in the oil and such using it. So it's a lot of positive things going on. But yes, we got a battle on our feet to get into some of these markets. There's always this competition to sell corn, and the U.S. depends on exports for our grains.
So, but like with India, I mean, is it because we have soft corn? Is it because of the price? What seems to be the disconnect? Do you think?
It's due to some price, but I mean that comes down to the value of the U.S. dollar, and it complicates it. But it's the broken, and it's the GMOs. Now they're buying non-GMOs, which that's one of the hard facts we take. A lot of these countries that they're buying corn from Ukraine or Brazil, we know it and they know it. The majority of their corn is GMOs, but they're selling it as non-GMO just because you buy a $50 piece of paper showing that it's non-GMO, and it's not fair. And I don't know how we can ever change that in the system, but that's the politics of trade that you can't prove it.
Talking with Randy Woodruff. He's a Wisconsin corn farmer from Chippewa Falls. He's also the past chair of the Wisconsin Corn Promotions Board. So as you've been here and being the past chair, you've been to a lot of Commodity Classics over the years. So what's this one like compared to the years past?
It's a lot on meeting other growers that are from different states and hearing what's really going on with them and what's going on in their state and the issues that they're having and weather conditions they're facing, and same with their amount of grain they have on hand, what they're looking at next year. But it's a lot. You meet up with these companies, what the changes are for conservation. Everyone's talking sustainability and conservation practice and water quality. The things that are being done here, you're meeting from the industry and from other growers, what they're doing to make those changes. Even in Wisconsin, that's one of the things we concentrate is water quality. We have by county level, there's different associations going on. I've gone to the one in Chippewa County up to for water quality programs that what we can make changes. It's educating the public what we are doing to make them more ahead that we are taking. Soil health is important to us, and as growers, I mean that's our future, and for what we hand down. So we want to do the best for that ground, and we got to educate the public on what we are doing.
So what are some of the things you do at your farm?
We have cover crops. We have the waterways sodded in, and we do. We're working on different nitrogen products to use less nitrogen each year in certain varieties, and what we do for spraying. So it's tillage practices that we do. So, and no-till practices for the carbon credit.
Ready for spring planting? I mean, with our wild weather?
Where is it? When did winter come yet? We'll see. I've heard people that someone in Wisconsin already planted some soybeans, but I don't know if we're quite that far ahead. But we're thinking more and more. The more training, you should be putting that soybeans in first. But I'm a little worried about. I've heard some people they dug a basement and they got down a few feet and it was dry as ever. That ground was, so it's a little nerve-wracking about what is going to happen. But if we get any kind of snow without any frost, it's going to go in the ground, is what helps that a lot. But it's going to come to tell what the weather does.
It's going to be an interesting next few months, that's for sure. That's Randy Woodruff, Wisconsin corn farmer from the Chippewa Falls area here at Commodity Classic. I'm Brian Winnikins. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report.